So, something I want to throw out here is use of insurance as a way of standardizing this stuff. You have a token, and a pointer to an asset, kind of an asset-backed token of some kind. As long as there's an insurance policy that says, hey, if this token is not worth at least $200, $500, $900, we'll guarantee to buy it at that price. And token comes with a put option. At that point, you can just price the option, right? Hey, we'll give you a put option on that token at $900 and it's going to cost you 25 cents. Well, presumably this object is worth more than $900, but those kind of mechanisms where you could standardize a put option on one of these asset-backed tokens as a way of fixing the price, and then whoever is selling the put option can figure out how much chance they're taking on that deal, and that helps them price the put option. Those kinds of mechanisms, if we could get that stuff built into the token standards, you could have 250,000 different kinds of objects with a single mechanism for setting a price, which then allows you to lend on the assets. And I think this notion of basically specialized risk assessing, risk absorbing agencies that look at the tokens and then give a really simple standardized evaluation. It's worth this much money, and if it isn't, this is how you claim from us. All of that stuff, when it's tokenized, you sort of wind up with something which is just another token standard, but it's the token standard that enables you to price the asset regardless of what the underlying is, just by separating out the asset from the risk on the asset. Same thing with the whole question of KYC, AML, CTF, the secondary markets. Give me a token, I want to throw the token into a fractionizer, I want the fractionizer to emit equity, I want the equity to be tradable in secondary markets. Inevitably that stuff has to be pushed down the stack. L2 chains like Plume, I think, are heading in that direction. But, all of these kinds of things, we have so much replication and commonality of interest that when we finally figure out how and standardization around these things, I think what you're going to get is some kind of new hyperfinance where, just as simple as moving around NFTs for objects, moving around NFTs for houses or gold bars or paintings, and just as simple as issuing meme coins, the ability to fractionally own something with all the regulatory steps, not individually being built project by project, startup by startup, but built into the base layers on which those tokens are issued. Because I think that enormous amounts of this stuff are actually chain-sized problems, not dApp-sized problems.